You stepped in some real shit with Rob Profit. Real news raw. You already know what time it is, man. I gotta address some shit. If the news wasn't raw, it wouldn't be Rob Profit. Two reasons Hassan Poppy Campbell is not what he claimed he is, which is a killer, gangster, warrior, thug, or soldier. Two reasons why Hassan Poppy Campbell is none of the above. The number two reason is Africa Bambaataa is still free. The number one reason Hassan Poppy Campbell is not who he say he is Africa Bambaataa is still alive. Now let's rewind. Me and my cousin at the age of 12, 13 years old made a decision in our lives. Shout out to my cousin right now, did 8 years in the joint, you know what I mean, from an extortion case in Massachusetts. At the time, he was given college courses in prison. He did what he had to do, got a degree in prison, and now he's one of the greatest speakers in the tri-state area off of African studies and building whatever we can build from the scraps of America for the black community. Shout out to Richard Smith, aka Lord Homicide. You know, in that time period, if you go from the Lord Homicide to me saying what his government name is, it shows you the power of progression and how proper planning, I'm sorry, prevents poor performance because he did it all in his 8 year bid, changed his life around completely. You understand what I'm saying? But going back that far, me and my cousin said something to each other that always resonated with me my whole life. I'm not gonna be a regular nigga. I I had probably three choices in life of what I really wanted to be. You know how you ask a kid. One thing about America, America asks you in about the first or second grade, what do you want to be when you get older? They give you all worker positions, which is a doctor, a lawyer, um, even a garbage man, a postman. They give you these aspirations for a career that never led to entrepreneurship, where the drug game intrigued me and my brother Jock Gotti at a very, very early age because without knowing it, it was entrepreneurship. Because in Newark at the time, we wasn't trying to hustle for nobody. As a young brother, you'll take a gram and try to turn a gram to a kilo of cocaine. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we was on. So me bringing that up means that my brother Theo Seville in 1995, 96, we was messing with the Zoo Crew. You know what I'm saying? Some big boys, man. You know, where Theo was building a crew to make major moves in a market up the hill that would take 2 for $5 cocaine and we'll be able to sell it for $5. But on his block originally, that we went for 2 for $5 on Chadwick and Clinton Avenue. You know, but in my hood, you know, what they sold for 2 for $5, we would sell for $5. So we was able to grab a market and just take all type of shorts and be able to cover, you know, the consignment we was given and still make extras for our pocket. But when you in a game and you in it to win it, you research it. You understand what I'm saying? And coming at a 13, 14-year-old kids, you know, when we researched the game, Don Diva was heavy, Fez was heavy. Theo bought us a tape of AZ, Faison, Mob Style, and gave us the whole rundown. You know what I mean? We was working for Theo at the time, the first time we ever worked for anybody in our 3 years of hustling, from 3 to 4 years, from 13 to 17. You know, we started working for Theo at 17. All right. But we heard of Alpo, we heard of Rich, we heard of AZ, um, we heard OG Mac and everything that he did with the Bloods, UBN, which was a major move, even though some people at certain times say they wasn't sanctioned or certified. Say it now. You see what Mac was able to do, and the reason why I'm not a Blood, so I'm not going to get into their politics, but I heard of that. I heard of Mac. I heard of everything that went down in Rikers Island and spilled onto the streets to create the UBN movement. And through the grapevine, through the streets, I heard of Pistol Pete Rollout. Pistol Pete Rollout until recently hasn't had a documentary on him on YouTube. I seen one a couple years ago. You know what I mean? And I was like, about time, like, because I wanted to delve deep and dig deep into who Pistol Pete was, because I heard so much about him on the street. You understand? And I say that to say this: we never heard of Hassan Poppy Campbell. Hassan Poppy Campbell did not hit our radar until the Africa Bambaataa situation and Sonetta, Irritated Genie, to Zariak. Shout out to everybody who made the movement happen. Even Young Pharaoh came out. Niggas was deep out there to support the movement against Africa Bambaataa. And that's the first time I ever heard of a nigga named Hassan Poppy Campbell. I heard of YTC. I heard of how Sex, Money, and Murder went from being a regular hustle gang to being a part of the UBM Bloods. And that's your hood. You understand what I'm saying? Come to find out, at that young age, we didn't know. I didn't know that it was a connection there. The reason why I ain't heard about y'all was the secret that the Bronx swept under the rug, man. You cannot claim gangster, thug, soldier, warrior, or anything that you claim to be with them homosexual acts in that apartment. Africa Bambaataa, according to your words, took pictures of killers' private parts. That alone will turn somebody different. Now, when I walk out the door, I'm on an extra mode because I gotta prove that I'm not the homosexual that the act that I just did with this guy 20 minutes ago in that apartment and the rest of my four brothers here with me that we all claim gangster. We gotta go extra harder for our own sake, our own sanity. That alone erases everything you did violently, emotionally, physically, or whatever you want to call it, in the name of being a gangster for Zulu Nation, because you brothers committed acts that real niggas would die before they do. You cannot claim gangster, warrior, thug, soldier, and commit the homophobic acts that you brothers been committing in Bronx River for years and not stopping it. It took Ron Savage, and if we go ahead and do the timeline between Ron Savage and Planet Rock, Talk to me, people. Ron Savage and Planet Rock. Y'all do the math. Africa Bambaataa is still alive. Africa Bambaataa is still free. So anything you say out your mouth don't mean shit to me. Know that, say that, believe that, my nigga. Now let's speed up the timeline. I got a phone call from Sonetta that same fucking day that you so-called had the drop on him. You so-called had a drop on my uncle at a bank. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Poppy got the drop on Sonetta in the Bronx? Somebody about to get shot. Oh shit, man. Somebody about to get stabbed. According to your words, you gave him a pass. Sonetta never stated that he wanted to harm Hassan Poppy Campbell. So, if the situations was reversed and Sa gave you a pass, we could all say, yo, Sonetta being Sonetta. But all the shit you talk, all the threats, all the violence, everything that you spew on the internet, and you bragged about giving an enemy that supposedly had plotted to kill you a pass, nigga, you need more people, nigga. You lying, nigga. When Sonetta called me and keep it 100, I said, man, that nigga lying. He ain't do nothing. He said, yeah, man, that nigga Poppy called me. So I said, Poppy called me and said that one of his people seen him, this and that. So I didn't even really remember who was who. You understand? He remember speaking to certain people, whatever, but he was never threatened. His life was never in danger. So stop talking like somebody grabbed Sonetta up, put the burner to him. Yo, son, what you got to say about Poppy? Call Poppy, put Poppy on the phone. What you want me to do, spare him? Never happened, nigga. When Sonetta called me and said that, I said, you know what? Take how the fuck you want it. Anybody who listens to this, take it how you want it. I laugh. I said, Son, that nigga seen you himself. He seen you himself. And then tried to make it seem like another nigga seen you. Or one of his females seen you. Or any situation that he didn't really have the upper hand that he said he had. Why would you get Sonetta a pass? All the shit you talk, stop talking. I said, Sock, this nigga full of shit. Because if you tried to get me, you come out of the bank in the Bronx, I'm robbing you, and I'm getting you. And I'm not saying none of nobody about it. I said, Sock, do me a favor, don't even mention this on YouTube. Sonetta being who Sonetta is, showed you love, fuck boy. On a live stream. I'm listening to the stream, I be working, I throw my headphones in. You know what I mean? I try to get as much House of Consciousness and Black News 102, Son of the Studios videos as I can during the day, because Sai go ham. Like, the information overload, he gives it to us. So I can't even keep up. But I caught this one live, and Sai gave you props, man, and said, yeah, man, Poppy, he had to drop on me, da-da-da-da. When I already told him, I'm like, yo, son, that nigga ain't got the drop, don't even mention that shit. But he showed you love because he thought that would have been a olive branch to you, bro. a olive branch when knowing, and even in his heart, he ain't had a drop like that. We both laugh, nigga. Not just me. Me and my uncle laugh, nigga. You ain't pump no fear inside heart. So all that shit you talk about, he called you the next day in City Island, da da da, yeah, whatever, my nigga. He's standing olive branches to your faggot ass. And what you did was show another reason why you ain't who you say you are. If you spared side, that's a gesture, a gesture of honor, knowing that what you claim that Sonetta done to you is false. Why spare a man who tried to get you killed, went on your family after you went on his? So it's not even it's a whole retaliation thing, and it took him a long time to do that because we was trying to do something different. All this motherfucking voice box fighting, all this YouTube shit y'all do, shit is whack. Stop trying to get past that. Why give a brother a pass that you claim wants you out of this world, and then get on YouTube and brag about it after he mentioned it? A week went by. That's why when he mentioned it, I put my hands on my face. So, now this nigga Poppy gonna mention it. Which you did, and you mentioned it 4 times since. You did not mention that situation until Sonetta mentioned it, brother. You know that. Sal mentioned it first, and you piggybacked off it. You should have took. You should have took the honor that Sonetta gave you, chucked it up, and walked with it. Now we poking holes in your theories, my dude. We poking holes in your theories. Like I said, if the shoe was on the other foot and Sonetta spared you, we already know Sonetta really never wanted nothing to be done to you anyway. Sonetta doesn't want to see any harm to you, brother. So let's take it a step further. Mike, I ain't even gonna go all out on you, man. As much as I want to go ham on you, man, on Michael Edwards right now, it'll basically backpedal everything that the House of Consciousness uh try to achieve in the last couple years. You know what I mean? Which is, let's try to bring some type of unity, because Michael Edwards was one of the main Sonetta haters at one point. Sonetta looked past it, brought him on, and I never, in my 3 years of YouTube, Mike always been a part of the squad. Mike always been a part. On my debut video, y'all never heard, y'all probably heard of me on a rundown for Polite and the Jew. You know, when I went in, when me and Polite, Sonetta was live, and I went in with the freestyle, the HOK freestyle. That's probably was your introduction, but my solo video, my solo disc video against Inner Black Media featured a powerful monologue by Michael RBG Hebrew Edwards. When I heard that, I said, who the fuck is this dude? God damn, this shit classic. So I put some music behind it, and like, yo, whoever this nigga is, damn, like cut a nigga deep, you know. And oh God had mentioned during that beef that this the same nigga ride that y'all niggas that try to tear down Sonetta for the Kimberly on trial money. Mike pocket checking niggas, da da da. You know, I did my research on what they said, because at that time I'm new to YouTube. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to decipher shit. We're getting where I fit in. That's why in the beginning I got the name of Sonetta Goon. During the whole inner black beef, it's about 4 videos where they videos was outshine the numbers of mine. You know what I'm saying? As far as the back and forth, if you notice one thing about me, I never do the crazy back and forth. I'll say 1 or 2 videos, but I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you. I try to stay away from the videos now. Shout out to my baby Helen, H. Melade. That's when I found out the beef was going down between you and Sonetta, Mike. Sonetta don't call me and say, wow, man, this nigga Michael Edwards, da da da. I called Sai. I said, yo, man, what's up with Mike, man? He said, man, I don't know, man. You know, it's over the Bible. I said, over the Bible? Mike, no matter how much you love the Bible, we know the Bible is a tampered book, man. So any argument that's brought from any side can arguably be debatable or valid. Arguably, when it comes to the Bible. That's why we keep having the same debates over and over again, because so many hands has touched this one book. So I don't know if you're mad at Sal bringing on Khalil Amani, whatever, because I didn't speak to you. So I'm not going ham. Said, Sal, give me Mike's number. Sal wouldn't give me your number, bro. Said, Riley, that shit the way it is, man. I thought we was better than that. You understand? You cause your brother's enemy to give out quote unquote secrets. Who the fuck does that shit, man? If I'm beefing with Sa, you know what, man? You fucking Khalil Amani, my brother. You know what? Let me do my own thing over here, man. Sa, you really, Sa? Let me move on, bro. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna go do my RBG Hebrew thing, and time to heal all wounds. Nobody got shot. Nobody got stabbed. Nobody family has been thrown into it. Son that didn't disrespect um Michael Edwards as a man, maybe as a Hebrew or a debater, but that's everything flies in that. In a debate ring, everything flies. Excuse me. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody of the caliber of Mike can chop down and dissect a motherfucker the way you do, Mike, but your skin that fucking thin, it's a disappointment to me, man. And I'm still gonna get Sai, you gotta give me this number. Because me and Mike need to have a conversation. I consider Mike as a brother. Me and Mike, in the heart of the Hassan Campbell beef, things out of my mouth said on a conversation with Michael Edwards can be incriminating to anybody during any YouTube beef we had that I had spoke to Mike. So I consider Mike through Sonetta as a brother because I heard nothing less come out of Sonetta's mouth. After 3 years, where the love, Mike? Where the fucking love, Mike? You run to the enemy. You run to the enemy. That means you've been tightroping the fence for a while. If it's that easy for you to run to Hassan Campbell, and it's that easy for Hassan Campbell to believe somebody who fuck around and disrespected his sexuality, disrespected him as a man, disrespected his family. There's no telling what you disrespected when it comes to Hassan Campbell, because we're working on, Mike channel get taken down every year, it seems like. So we got videos that been deleted off the last RBG Hebrew channel. And guess what, Hassan Poppy Campbell? That's another reason That's counting on to the first two that I gave you in the beginning, Africa Bambaataa being free and being alive. But for you to go ahead and have a cordial conversation with your enemy's hitter and take his what he's saying as truth and using your emotional estrogen drawn way of thinking, go to your YouTube channel, press record, and accuse Sonetta of what you accused him of after he just went in for you about them fucking crackers that you put up there that you stage. You stage a motherfucking whole police scene. We will not pay for somebody to dish you on YouTube if we not paying to make you a birthday cake, bro. And I ain't say happy birthday Hassan yet. Say this one more time. We are not paying to make a diss video. Not saying that my brothers that be hitting you up as YouTube gangsters, but they murdering you. Monty Woodgrain don't know how Sonetta until he was dissing you. You did this, nigga. You did this. The video Hassan Campbell put up, the title to the video is A Little Birdie Told Me. Who the fuck from the Bronx, Harlem, Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, Newark, Jersey City, anywhere says a little birdie told me, fam, when you're trying to explain a situation that possibly can take away your freedom, possibly take away a life, possibly anything. A little birdie told me, son, yo, give me, where the fuck King earn that? This a perfect snatch of honor moment, my nigga. Perfect snatch of honor moment. A little birdie told me, nah, nigga. Know what I mean? Let's get straight to the point. Call Sonnet on the line. Y'all just had a dialogue because you text them about helping you out on that shit. You should have hit Sonnet a line and told him, yo, man, your man on some bullshit. Your man on some fuck shit, son. You know, me and you, we got our beef, whatever we got. But nigga, tighten up, man. That nigga Michael Edwards coming at me saying some foul shit. You understand? But we made our measures already. You know what I mean? You do you, brother, I do me. Tighten up your circle, son. That's what a real nigga would have did, Campbell. But we can't take that from a brother who took a good friend of his son and threw him under the bus and deleted the video. Talking about the way of life that they live in. Somebody that was supposed to be a friend of yours, a friend of Hassan Campbell. If you got a friend like Hassan Campbell, who the fuck need enemies? Hassan done threw every so-called gangster under the bus about they dealings in that house. That's enough to drive a man insane, drive a nigga to murder, or drive a nigga to suicide, what you did, man. But everybody else is the problem. It's the mirror, nigga. Look at it. Look at yourself. It ain't Sonetta. It ain't the niggas making the videos. Look at yourself. It's the nigga who is creating the narrative and then contradict the narrative again, and again. Africa Bambaataa is still alive. Africa Bambaataa is still free. But before I end this, I want to say this. This is to our brother, Michael Edwards. If the last 3 years meant nothing to you, if the Adjustment Bureau HOK, RBG Hebrew Mix, the friendship you and Sonetta created the last 3 years through YouTube didn't mean anything to you, keep going and keep your videos up. We will not challenge. Unless you say my name disrespectfully, then, until then, I'm still not even gonna go back and forth. I'll call your phone. You know what I mean? And we'll do it like men. But if the last 3 years meant something to you, take the videos down. Time heals all wounds. Take a step back. Take a breather. See the steps that you made. See the platform you was on. The interrogation room. Everything that led up to this situation was built on breaking the Bible to pieces. Your scholarship, in my opinion, took a hit from you being emotional and dealing with slander, lies, and even a lot of the stuff that you say that happened between you and Sonetta is still maybe he did or maybe he didn't. It's between you and Sonetta because y'all had certain conversations. So why even put that type of energy in the air to discredit either one of y'all over scholarship that if yours was flat out facts, which is hard because it's the Bible. I'm not even stepping in that lane. Take the videos down, Mike. For me, if you consider me as a brother, if you consider Rob Prafit as a brother, when we said the word brother to each other numerous times, not one time have I heard that word come out your mouth and I felt that it was fake. Now I'ma see. You stepped in some real shit with Rob Prafit. Peace.